They were a group of terrifying witches, but in the eyes of others, they were elegant noble women. The head witch walked onto the podium and commanded everyone to remove their disguises. Everyone present immediately obeyed. They took off their gloves. They had only 3 fingers. They took off their shoes. Their toes were even more bizarre. Finally, they took off their wigs. Shockingly, they were all bald. Harry, hiding under the podium, was too frightened to make a sound. These witches had gathered here to plot the elimination of all children. One witch thought this was impossible and raised a question. The head witch was furious. With just a single glance, she utterly destroyed her. The scene instantly fell silent. To ease the tension, the leader took out a small blue bottle from her bosom. She said it was a potion that could turn people into mice. Her plan was for each witch to open a candy store. They would drip this potion into the candy. This way, they could make all children disappear. Upon hearing this plan, the witches used their only 3 fingers to applaud frantically. But right then, the head witch suddenly stopped. She smelled the scent of a child. She immediately overturned the podium, but saw nothing. It turned out the quick-witted Harry had already hidden inside the ventilation duct. Just as the leader approached the duct opening, a knock on the door interrupted her. A chubby little boy walked in. The witches instantly transformed back into their normal appearances. Lured by the witches, the little boy ate chocolate laced with the potion. He immediately began to convulse violently, blue smoke erupting from his body. Then he flew up into the air. When he landed, only his clothes remained on the ground. The chubby boy had turned into a chubby little mouse. The head witch immediately ordered them to stomp it to death. The witches stomped frantically. The chubby mouse desperately tried to escape. Just then, a little white mouse rushed out and led it into the ventilation duct. The little white mouse told it that it had also been turned into this by the witches. The witches discovered Harry in the ventilation duct and dragged him out. She ordered her minions to pin him down firmly. She took out the potion and poured it directly into Harry's ear. Her face twisted into a vicious snarl. She dripped 3 whole drops in succession. Harry immediately began to convulse wildly. Unfortunately, he also turned into a mouse. The 2 other mice hiding in the ventilation duct looked on with profound sympathy, but there was no time to think. The witch had already pinned Harry to the ground and was about to smash him to death with a hammer. The little white mouse suddenly rushed out and bit the witch's finger hard. The 3 little mice seized the chance and desperately fled. They finally jumped into another duct and narrowly escaped. The pursuing head witch got caught in a fan and screamed in pain. The 3 escaped little mice decided to go find Harry's grandmother for help because only grandma believed in the existence of witches. So, they followed the ventilation duct to the hotel elevator. Sneaking in unnoticed, they went to the 4th floor and rang Grandma's doorbell. Just then, the hotel cleaner spotted them and screamed in fright. Fortunately, Grandma opened the door in time and brought them into her room. Seeing her beloved grandson turned into a mouse, Grandma was heartbroken. To turn them back into humans, they needed to get the witch's mouse-transforming potion. They devised a plan together. Grandma placed Harry into a sock she had knitted herself and lowered it from the balcony down to the window outside the witch's room downstairs. While the witch was out of the room, Harry sneaked in to steal the potion. Facing danger, Harry acted very bravely. He overcame difficulties and found where the witch stored the potion. A large basin filled with the blue liquid. He stole a small bottle of potion from the basin. The witch suddenly returned.